let them know where we at. Vegas, early birthday trip. Gonna try to get a couple real estate deals done too. I was looking at stuff all on the plane, but bringing you guys along with us. Vegas is like one of our favorite spots. Don't gamble, don't do degenerate things. Love dinner, love shows. I just like the lights. I get super inspired by Las Vegas. So we're here at the busy airport. Someone just gave the thumbs up. I don't know what that's for. Or he was flicking me off, one of the two. What are you most excited for on this trip? I do love the Wynn. So classy.
I like the colors.
I get inspired by Steve Wynn too. For Tony, how you doing? Tony, pleasure. It's my wife Andrea. I've heard there's some really good steakhouses like off the strip.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's not just about being on the strip, it's about venturing off the strip a little bit. Yeah.
If you travel a couple of miles away from the strip, I guarantee you'll find way better steakhouse.
Really? Our favorite place in the whole world. In all of Las Vegas, the Wynn, the best, the Tower Suites. Love it here. So classy. Like if I actually ever designed a home we live in instead of just throwing 2 couches in there and a bed, this is what, man, a little chic. Very nice.
Yeah.
Why do we love the Wynn?
It's elegant.
It's elegant. It is. It's just classy. We used to stay at the Aria Suites. I like the Aria Suites because they give you like the lounge there.
He likes the free pops.
I do. I like a nice Diet Coke, but it's so nice here, and they just make everything feel really nice. Ooh, we're going to show Awakening. But hey, where do you guys like to travel to? Let us know. But this is one of those things that we love to be able to do to get away. We're only here for 2 or 3 days. Whenever I feel like I'm getting a little stressed out with work, just not like bad stress, but there's so much going on, getting away, getting into a new environment, it always helps like re-stimulate things.
Yeah.
It always helps kind of,
Oh, sorry.
well, it just helps get you out of like your normal, like it's good to be routined.
You gotta break it sometimes.
But you got to break the routine because then everything starts to feel so big when you're just at home in your little bubble.
Yeah.
Then you get out and you travel and you're like, look how big the world is. Look how beautiful this hotel is. Look how beautiful the Las Vegas Strip is. It helps you to really just like, it's not that, like what I'm dealing with is not that big of a deal. So it's very important for an entrepreneur to have experiences. And it's like, why do we work so hard if we can't experience this? It's a Thursday. Right? When 9 to 5 people are going to a job right now, stuck in traffic, working, we can come do this. So it's very important as an entrepreneur that my mentor taught me this early on. You give yourself $1 million experience, not $1 million lifestyle, right? And another mentor taught me even billionaires need a budget. So we're here, we're enjoying, but this is the fruits of the labor of investing in real estate, which we'll talk to later. So what are we gonna do next? We're gonna go eat, get some food.
Yeah.
We got SW Steakhouse tonight, my favorite.
You can see it.
Can you really?
Yeah.
Where? Point it out.
That's where the show's at.
Okay. Yeah, it's a nice little show. Going to some shows tomorrow. Might go to the Mafia Museum. Just bring you guys along with us. Thank you for the birthday balloons. That was very nice.
The cake.
And the cake. Yes, the cake. It's a big cake.
It is a big cake.
So we're going to our favorite restaurant ever, SW. So good. We've been going here since before we were successful.
Yeah.
And you know, we go to our guy Alan, maybe he'll be cool and let us show you on, sometimes people get weird when you film them. But we love SW and we love Alan there because I showed up there in shorts and we were like,
So that
dude.
is not Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're like, you gotta go put some pants
they're
on.
like, you can't come in
They're like,
here.
you can't come in here. But they before we really, you know, when we go out to these nice restaurants, I'd feel like a little uncomfortable with them like, I mean, dude, it's expensive and it's nice and it's fancy and I'm not used to this stuff and you're not used to this stuff. They always made us feel so at home, so good. They always treat us so good. Sometimes we've gone places and they're like, you don't know what you want. You know, they've always treated us so good here, so we always come back here. That's what we love. It's about coming. I love coming to like Vegas and seeing the same servers. So it's something about Vegas. Consistency. I feel like people can make a real career here, so it's important, guys, to remember as you're growing in your journey, remember the people who took good care of you on the beginning. As you progress, it's just great to still see them and be part with them. So go to SW.
Go to dinner.
What are you going to order?
Ooh, they've kind
Ooh.
of been in a while.
I know.
They have the onion ring.
Yeah. That looks. See, they crack it for you. Yeah. Yeah, see, that looks a little better than Eddie V's. Eddie V's got to take some notes. Broccoli. Those are like crab tater tots. SW sausage. Yes. A little garlic. Looks perfect. Yeah, this is the sauce. This is the one I like. Perfect. Bam. Very nice. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so we just wrapped up the Vegas trip. We're actually here back in Michigan. I was meaning to film this like conclusion part and give you like the talking points while we were there in the hotel, just like a different scene. But I'll be honest, we had so much fun the last day. We were just kind of bouncing around doing a bunch of things. I wasn't able to break out the cameras. We want to show you guys more of our real lifestyle. Again, I will not be a YouTube channel that just sits in a podcast studio and just like talks and theorizes off of abstract things, but doesn't actually go out and live it and show it. I want to show you guys my real life. The lifestyle we have is because of being entrepreneurs, because of owning businesses, growing businesses, and making very smart investments into real estate. And that's why I showed you the hotel. Like, that's a beautiful suite we stay in every time we go there. I showed this not to impress you, but to impress upon you that, you know, back in 2015, 2016, when I started my business, I couldn't even stay in a Motel 8. You know, I was on the Spirit flights, the back of the plane on standby. I was staying in the cheapest hotels possible. But because of, again, owning businesses and investing in real estate, we're able to do these things now. I want to inspire you of what's possible. So you need to find a way to maximize your earned income as much as possible. And that's what I did. I didn't do the no money down stuff. I didn't do the subject to stuff. Not saying that stuff can't work. I will argue time and time again, if you have not learned how to make money and protect money, how are you going to multiply money? Real estate is multiplying money. It's taking your down payment, putting it in a building, growing that equity, multiplying that capital. If you haven't learned how to at least earn money and protect money, you have to protect that money too. You have to protect the asset. You have to, like right now, we're getting a business line of credit off of my operating account and the deposits we have, the significant amount of deposits we have with this credit union to go do the roofs on our 56 unit. That's protecting money. If you haven't learned how to do that with your own money, how are you going to do it with a building? But I've built businesses. I built an online telehealth business as a registered dietitian. My wife and I built a brokerage. We are building a brokerage. We take the money from there. That is earned income. You need a way to earn money. And I believe the best way to do that is sales or owning a business. Now, if you're not entrepreneurial and you don't want to go start your own business, all hope is not lost. Learn sales. And if you're passionate about real estate, learn how to sell real estate. I've said it over and over, especially to our team. If I wasn't so passionate about nutrition and fitness and becoming a personal trainer, becoming a registered dietitian, golly, I would have got my real estate license at age 18, dude. Like, you can be 18 years old, take a silly test, study for it, a couple of weeks, you get licensed, you have a license to sell millions, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars of real estate. There's no limit to how much you can sell. So if you're passionate about real estate and you're like, Tony, I want to get into it, I'm not passionate or capable or willing to start a business like you and your wife did, all good. Get your real estate license, learn how to sell real estate, because sales is not capped. You just don't want something where they cap you. Like a salary is capped. You can only make so much money on that salary. You bust your butt, you maximize it. And dude, if you want to sell real estate, you're in the state of Michigan, hit us up, because we always want savage real estate agents. If you're average or below average, we don't want you. If you're savage and above the pack, if you're that top 5%er, we want you. I'll teach you not only how to sell it, I'll teach you how to sell it and then learn how to own it and operate it. And that's the game. Maximize your earned income. Get into something like real estate, because then when you start making good money, you get new problems. Your new problem is your money is being destroyed because of inflation. Like, I used to just keep all my money in a bank account, and my mentor would yell at me every year. He's like, dude, because remember guys, I grew up broke. So just to have money was like safety and security, and like to open the Chase Mobile and to see money in there was like, oh, that's so safe and secure. my mentor would yell at me. He's like, dude, you are losing money every year because of this due to inflation. I didn't understand it as much as I understand it now. But then you need to get your money to work for you as hard or harder than you had to work for it. That's what real estate does. So every time my wife and I get an excessive amount of money in our bank account, and that number is different for each and every person. You should always have 6 months of living expenses saved up in reserves. Anything above and beyond that, it's just losing money due to inflation. We take that money and we deploy it into real estate. That's why we're buying a 42 unit right now. Our savings have built up too much and we keep it in a money market account that earns 5%. So that's another tip. We deploy that money and we have to put it to work. You got to get your money to work harder for you. So when we are traveling, when we're in Vegas and we're going to the shows and we're going to the dinners and we're just hanging out by the pool, we're not actively working. Like, I'm not building my business. She's not building her business, but the real estate is growing in the background. Think about like your phone. The apps are working in the background as you put your phone down. That's real estate. And like Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work for money until the day you die, which leads me to my next point. So let me know if this resonates. Like I said, guys, if nothing else, and even if you're working a 9-to-5 job, you're like, Tony, I can't give it up because of the benefits. I've got children, I'm married, I'm whatever. Get your real estate license and sell real estate on your 5 to 9. We always talk about like your 5 to 9 hustle and on the weekends. Remember, you can't have $1 million dreams, but have a 9-to-5 work ethic. It just doesn't work that way. So get your real estate license, start a business, grow your earned income, invest into real estate, come work with us if you're in Michigan. Or if you're already a real estate agent in Michigan, you're like, I want to really be with a brokerage that teaches me not just how to sell real estate, because the goal is to sell real estate, to own real estate, holler at us. Last point, retirement, right? And I want to own real estate so I never have to work again. No, you don't. Trust me. We travel, my wife and I travel, like we just did Vegas. We're going to Maui coming up here. We're spending all winter in Newport Beach. Andrea might travel back and forth a little bit because of the brokerage and stuff, but that's like our lifestyle. But we created a life, and this is what I want for you, to create a life you never want to retire from. I believe retirement is expiration. You retire, you expire. We're not meant to just sit on a beach and do nothing. You're meant to pursue your passions in life. And when you invest in something like real estate, it gives you more time freedom to go do what you want to do and to go do more things. But I really want to break you off of the mindset of I'm going to just invest into real estate so I never work again. I guarantee you will find that very unfulfilling. Like when I was in the process of selling my first business, story for another time, I was like, oh, we're going to have a couple $1 million exit, like liquid exit, like boom, here's this money. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to kind of retire for a little bit. And I like tried it out for 2 weeks as we were in the process. It was the most depressing, unfulfilled 2 weeks humanly possible. Like as humans, we're meant to grow, we're meant to experience, and we're meant to give. So real estate is a vehicle. Money is a vehicle just to do more of what you already love to do. Like for me, it's build businesses. It's invest. More money I get, I'm just going to invest and buy more real estate. And then who knows, maybe one day I'll donate an entire building to a charity or a cause. We've said this over and over. We're just going to start our own charities because I truly don't trust the people running charities to actually do what they're supposed to do. I'm sure there are really, really good ones, but there's been so much fraud in cases like that. So we're going to create our own charity. But how would that feel? How would that feel to where, or maybe you want to buy every single one of your cousins or aunts or uncles a house, right? Like you want to just pay off all their mortgages. Keep creating, keep doing, keep your main source of income, Keep your main thing, your main thing. Let real estate be there. I've said it over and over. It's a very slow way to get very, very wealthy. Let it be there, but don't view it as like, I'm going to retire. Like I'm doing all this to then retire and do nothing. I guarantee you'll get depressed. You'll get anxious. You'll get out of shape. You'll start drinking more, doing drugs. You'll need something to fill that void. So keep your main thing, Keep building, keep growing, keep expanding, keep making the most amount of money humanly possible. Someone who's a perfect example of this, I'm going to give him a huge shout out here. My wife's brother, Chris, hope he's cool with this. Chris, you're a good guy. Dude, he's a smart guy. He's 30 or 29. He has a job. I can't recall what it is, but it's a job doing something 9 to 5. Makes decent money, 60, 70 grand a year, something like that. He then does mortgages. So he like underwrites and sells mortgages. Does that 5 to 9 and on weekends as much as he can. And he does really good with that because, you know, Andrew's a real estate agent, so that helps. He then takes that money and he buys real estate. He owns a single family rental and he just bought a duplex. He actually bought the duplex from the client. It was my former duplex. I sold it to one of Andrew's clients. She sold it to him. He'll probably just keep doing that. Like, depending on the lifestyle you want, if he just wants like a really good, like nice lifestyle, right? Like nothing extravagant. You're not going to have like 10 Ferraris and boats and private jets with 3 rentals. But if he just keeps going that way, keeps his main W-2 income. Say he's like, it's safe, secure. I would never want to give it up. Cool. Hustles the mortgages. The more, what we say, no cap to the income, right? The more he sells, the more he produces with that, the more side money he gets. Then he takes that excess money. He's got 6 months living expenses, 6 months reserves. He owns his own home too. So he's got all that taken care of. He's got tenants paying him every single month, paying down those mortgages. So he gets appreciation, he gets the mortgage pay down, principal pay down, right? He gets tax benefits. He gets cash flow from owning that real estate. The more he does that, he builds up that reserves in those savings account. Boom, he buys another thing. Maybe he'll buy a 4-plex next, or dude, pretty soon, depending how big he wants to go, very easy to then go get a 5 unit, a 10 unit, a 12 unit, a 16 unit. Then the game gets wild because you can, as you've seen on our channel, build that up, refinance that, take that money out. The game gets crazy. So that's just a perfect example. Someone who did not build a business, but got into sales on the side, kept their W-2 income, got started with real estate and can build a great life for them. So keep the main thing the main thing. Don't retire because you will expire. Get your money to work for you in real estate harder than you had to work for it. Life will be set. You can live any lifestyle you truly want. My wife and I believe there's a lot to experience in this world and we want to experience it all. And we want, I'm not afraid to say, a very affluent lifestyle. So we have to work hard enough to support that lifestyle and then take that hard-earned money and put it into put it into enough assets to be able to afford that lifestyle. But any lifestyle you want can be afforded, and it can be afforded by investing wisely into real estate. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you enjoyed this type of video, kind of coming behind the scenes, coming with us in our life, but always teaching you valuable lessons along the way. Thank you guys so much for being here. Until the next time, we'll talk soon. Thanks.